we've had some bad luck. We had a string of bad luck just happened, but we're going to get out here, flip the script, and we're going to talk about that reel right there. We're not going to talk about the fact that I broke a rod. No, we're not going to talk about that. Oh no, we're not going to. You want to talk about that? Fine. Kick a guy while he's down, right? Well, I was out here, and I got bad news for you Teton lovers. My Cutting Teton 661 is that much shorter now, so I'm just gonna take this tip off and stick it right back on, and so it'll be roughly an inch shorter, so it'll be a 6'5". Yeah, I don't think it's gonna affect the, I'll try to show you guys right here if you can see that. I don't think it's gonna affect, and I kind of, since I already broke it, I did like this crazy stress test because I was mad, but this rod is, it's not impossible to break, but this rod is a beast. I should buy a 2-piece or track down. Eugene probably still has the 2 1-pieces he's been trying to sell me forever. But let me tell you what my stupid self did. If you guys can see this stair railing, I was doing some cast testing, and what I was trying to do, all I was trying to do was cast as far as I could, and then I was pulling the line back so it wouldn't be across the street while I was peeling that line off of the reel to switch to another one. When I pulled back, no fault of a Cutting Teton rod, I hit that railing and took out my rod. I told you guys, right here on the grounds where I took out my Aldebaran MGL 30, scratched it up. You're welcome, Jeremy. I sold that to him cheaper because it got scratched up. We are not going to drop the Steez. All I was trying to do was get out here and test a few different baits with and we do have an unboxing. I'm not doing it in this video. I'll be looking for an unboxing from AliExpress. I'll do that here after I get done here. But all we're doing here, luckily I brought the CU double, because I was kind of wanting to see if the CU double is capable of, it definitely can't really set the hook on a shaky head, but it can throw it no problem, even with the ultralight tip. And this is another good rod. We're just wanting to find out in this video. Let me get out in the sun, see if that helps or may make things worse. We're going to see what the new Steez limited shallow spool, how well it can cast this. Now I kind of retested what the ability a couple of my reels had today, the BFS ones, the lingual and the what I call the Silver Wolf Ultra now, not the Dark Wolf Ultra. But if you guys remember right, this little bean bait, jelly bean, we can get to about the middle of the street, about 60-foot cast with BFS gear, pretty good, capable BFS reels and good rods. Now we got a good rod, BFS, but this reel is not really designed for BFS, the spool specifically. It's a shallow spool designed for lightweight, you know, SV boost. But we're gonna jump back here, and I was gonna try to show you guys, see if we can get enough light. And I don't know if you guys can make that out there. Now I talk, I'm a big talker about how you should adjust these if they're out of whack. But if you remember right, there's a way I told you, like I recommend how I set mine, and I just wanted to show you that this one is set. I have not touched it. I pulled spools in and out, but I've never dialed that any which way. That is from the factory how they sent it. So I'd say they got it right, and probably do on their more expensive ones. So anyway, as the car is in my way, if you guys can see that. So that drops now. If anything, if I was to like trying to throw, see how it just spools a little bit. If I was trying to throw maybe a trout magnet or something, I would probably even lighten that. I don't know if you guys can make it out here. But that is about perfect. It unspooled maybe a turn, but there's a slight resistance there. That bait's not dropping completely free. It's dropping with a little resistance. If you have that with some wobble in there, that is too light in my opinion, but this is set up about perfect. Hello? Thank you. I thought you had to work.
I do have to work at 3:30.
Oh, let's say hi, buddy. Let's see your new tattoo. Show us. No. Show us. Girl. She got a new tattoo. I got one tattoo. Oh yeah, we got our lucky bracelet on. This baby's getting covered up. And no, for the record, that has nothing to do with Abu Garcia. I've had a few people ask me, does that say Abu? No. It's supposed to say baby. All right, here we go. So let me just show you if this thing, and I've been out here testing it, I already know the answer, but so you guys will know. Now as I feel the wind blowing right in my face. We do have a mild coming and going breeze. It's definitely not trout magnet day. Okay, so that, if you can see, that landed, no backlash. I'm gonna go show you where it went. So come out here with me as we take a stroll out in our test casting field, and right out here. So if you can see that, I would call it, wow, you just realized I was here, dog? 1, 2, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4.5 foot shy of the 60-foot mark where the others were getting, which is about right out here is where I've measured it before. So I'm gonna go try real quick, and I didn't show you where I was set at. So I've tried it a couple different ways, and you guys feel that wind now. So we got a breeze coming and going. So it's not the ultimate platform to be testing, you know, especially lighter weight BFS stuff. But I guess I was just trying to show you guys that this is a very capable spool. So let me see if I can show you real quick the setting. This shading, that it's starting to get cold. I got here earlier, but I was jacking around. I broke my rod, and I about had a, you know what? So it is like right on number 8, and I would almost call it that these numbers are almost a hair off. So that's 8, and I tried at 10. 10 I can cast like as hard as I want to, but it's restricted. 8 is definitely better, but I mean, you can cast it hard, but it's how we have this wind. Like if I try to throw right now, because I can feel it there, it's gonna probably backlash because it's windy. So, but as you can see, for like coming out here, that wind blew that hard. Now that one landed maybe a foot shy of where the last cast was, but I don't know if you guys can make out the wind. We've got some, I'd call it steady couple mile an hour blowing like this way, and then it gusts up to like 5 to even probably 10 at times. So not your most ideal going and throwing this little bait. Okay, so yeah, I can't really get to that 60 foot. Oh, I got one. Oh, you listen to that? No, you can't hear nothing. You know why? Because there's no drag clicker. We got to get one. One is on the way, and Brew Tank was asking, and I have no idea for sure how far away those are, but they're, man, that wind. I'm right here, puppy. Jump the fence, you want some of me. That dog. I think it's a little puppy is my thing. It's sitting down in the corner of the fence, just barking. I think it's scared of me. Ain't got nothing to do but bark because it's scared. I should go pet it. Yeah, I think when I walk out there, it runs as far away from me as it can get. Oh, now that was me getting a little crazy. I thought I had a wind-free zone and cast pretty hard. Let me see. There we go. Yep, still, I don't know if you guys can make out the bow and see how it's blowing on my truck. But I'm gonna call that good because I'm kind of done with cast testing after I broke the teton. I was really done, but I wanted to get out there to show you guys. In my early testing, I've come up with a couple things about this spool. I don't know if it's any more capable than the regular SV Boost, and we haven't tested against one that's not. But I was out testing this one and this one. And like I said, this one, I should be able to get any of these. That's the Dark Wolf Ultra that is now the Silver Wolf Ultra. That one, this one, I haven't tried this one. I might try that one today, but I'm not gonna do it in this video. I might go warm my hands up, just try it so I'll know how capable the old one. If you guys remember right, this is the exact setup I had in the old original videos of me at the whole other place, casting out like through the yard into the road. And that wasn't one of the higher end ones like my Abu Garcia LTX BF8, and even the Mega Bass spool could beat this spool. But it's a new day, right? I should try it. I was casting this one earlier, and it can still get Actually, with the wind, I wasn't quite able to get to the road or to the 60-foot mark in the middle of the road. So it was actually closer to this than when I was out here the other day. And that was with the Teton. This rod, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but the 6.6 Teton casts most of these little baits as good as an ultralight rod. It's just, it's overkill if you're going out and actually trying to fish for smaller fish in little creeks and streams, in my opinion. So also the settings, I would assume, since the spools weigh about the same amount, that the fact that I have to go higher up on the dial compared to the Zillion, if you guys remember me out here playing around with the Zillion halfway spooled, because this one isn't all the way spooled. That is just about as much line as what the lingle will hold, 10-pound. So it'll hold, it looks to be at least double what the lingle will hold. But being on 8 and the other one is usually on, like, I want to say I was on 4. Actually, sometimes I think I could go to 3 even out here throwing that bean on with the halfway spooled up. Oh, you know what one bait I want to try? No, I don't want to try it. I was going to say the bait that weighs more that we were out there actually when we were doing the test between the oh, what were we shooting out? When we shot out back in the day, when I first got the Zillion against the MGL 30, and then I think I threw this against the Bantam versus the, have I done that test yet? Maybe I don't even remember. The Bantam versus the Zillion. That's kind of what I throw. Actually, I just need to throw that just so we'll know where it lands. Oh boy, look out baits. Let's just throw that real quick because it does weigh more. I guess I should have went through the whole thing. For anybody new to my cast test, they're crazy. Who left that thing on? I think the thing turns itself on. But anyway, this thing, if it'll just, let's try it again. Okay, hang on. I think because it's on such a soft surface, sometimes it doesn't read right. When I'm at home, on a table, it reads right. Anyway, that weighs about, that actually weighs more when you don't have that. It weighs like 1.7. And this weighs like 2 points. So this is like a whole other gram. So you can get way more distance, easier, basically. But it is still a very hard bait to throw. It is a 16th ounce crappie jig that, you know, weighs the 1 point whatever, but then that bait that you use, that's a Charlie Brewer crappie slider or whatever. I couldn't remember the name the other day. But this is like typically what I would go out if I was truly, you know, going crappie fishing, and it does work for bass as well. So let me throw it real quick. Okay, so I didn't stop. It didn't really backlash, but I didn't stop before it hit. So it got to the middle of the street, no problem. Should be able to put a little more zip on it once I get a clear shot here. Okay, so it goes probably 65 foot. It's going past the middle of the street. A little bit of wind set on that number 8 setting. I'll be curious to see. So yeah, like every cast, no backlash, and it's getting, well, in the wind I can get, you know, I could go fishing no problem, which is actually a very, on a spool that is also capable of running 15-pound braid, and with no problem. I guarantee you, I know I can just, you know, from previously messing with other spools and stuff. So I would call this probably the most versatile spool that I've had as far as what they'll do. So yeah, every cast is probably 65 foot. If it wasn't windy, I could definitely go down for sure on this one and get, I would say, it wouldn't have an issue of crossing the street in, you know, talking 70 some feet with that bait. So until I get out here, and I just got to find the right days. It's just nasty in the winter. I should not ever come outside in the winter, right? So anyway, you guys comment if what you think about this, the shallow spool being able to cast, you know, this 65 feet and this close to Even though it's not really, you know, that's like BFS type stuff. Like that's BFS capable spool. It's not really designated to be one. That's what they have their, and I've had them all. You guys know that the Airstream Custom, the Silver Creek, the Gecko Pigeon, Geico Pigeon, and all that kind of stuff, right? I should cast this off. You know what? Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I'm in the mood. You guys done got me in the mood. I just don't want to drop anything. I'm just going to see what the old school... Hang on. Let me just see. Right? We need a versus, right? Okay, whoa. That went way over the truck. Don't worry. We'll retrieve it later. So here, let me show you real quick what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on... What should I test it out against? You know what? Let's just put it up. Oh, man. Get off there. Let me get this tape off my fingers and I'll put more. I got a tape stuck over here. Now let me get this off safely and not in any danger, harm's way. Let's just put it up against this dude. Time of day, wind, you guys have an idea, because this is a very capable, the Calcutta Conquest BFS. Very, very capable BFS setup with that, especially with the Chameleon. It's not much better. I mean, it's better, but even with the stock one, it's a very capable BFS. If I can get this. You sometimes get like a static clean kind of thing going on to where a braid does not want to go through things. I know, bear with me, hang on. I'm gonna get a big old piece of tape. Tape that on. Then we got to go find this bait. Oh man, you see how windy it is? It blew it up over the top of my truck. It does feel better out here in the sun. Oh man, if I was out here doing the cast testing. All right, so we'll check our fall rate and where our brakes are set on this real quick. Yeah, it's a little loose, maybe a little looser than I would normally have it. Let's check it. Yeah, that's pretty loose. I'm gonna leave it there. I've got that set. It's halfway is like right up there, so we're down away from halfway. That thing made a crazy loud noise. Where'd it go? Jesus criminy. You hear that noise? That bearing is junk, in my opinion. I am not a fan of ceramic bearings. I know they may make something work a little better. We're gonna go just a touch. No, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna try one more. Okay, so about the same spot. And I don't know if you guys heard that. It had a fluffiness to it. You guys hear that when I cast it? It kind of, and then, so I don't know if I want to. Okay, it actually backlashed there. I'm gonna, before I turn that up, I'm gonna actually adjust the, I'm gonna set that, and it does click. I think the line's caught, hang on. Okay, I went a couple clicks tighter on that. I wanted to give myself a little more. Nope. Okay, we're gonna go, I'm just gonna set it halfway. I'm tired of backlashing. Set it halfway and then go from there. I want to say, I thought I had it close to set when I was throwing, I don't remember what I was throwing. I was throwing something with it, and was it the worm? I didn't even see it. Oh. Look up. Ooh, we got a clicker on this baby though. Come on. Oh my God. I'm telling you guys, today is not my day. I can't believe it's so hard to get this bait to go Why am I backlashing? Holy Mary Mother, Jesus criminy. I'm turning these brakes up until I don't backlash. I can't believe why that. I feel I'm casting hard, but I'm not even nowhere near casting as hard as I can. Well, it didn't backlash, but it didn't even hit the middle of the road. I know this reel, maybe that bearing is totally dry is why it's making noise. Maybe I need a little oil on it. I don't know. Okay, that one definitely, it's getting there now. That, or I'm letting go too soon with this. This may have a faster release where I actually hold it a little longer. If that makes sense. Well, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this thing is struggling to get this BFS reel, BFS spool is struggling to get where the shallow spool Steez got. I don't know if the wind changed. We've had wind. Definitely maybe it's picked up a little bit because now that bait goes all the way over the truck instead of blowing up against it. So it could be that. I don't know. Every time I bring out a Shimano to put up against this thing that should smoke it, it can't smoke it. It can't smoke. The Shimanos can't smoke my Daiwas. I don't know what's going on. I think the wind's changed on this though, because there ain't no way. This bait right here, there shouldn't be any competition. I should be able to really get it out there good with this setup actually. Oh man, now I backlashed. This whole setup, this rod should be good for it, reel. I mean, it should fling it. I should be able to hit the other side of the street, I would think. The only thing I figure, my release point's off. It doesn't look like I'm letting it go too soon to where, you know, it's catching the air more, it's up higher and coming down. Sometimes you gotta, that's a difference in the wind. No, because then when I throw it, what I feel kind of let it go down. I don't know, I'm about done. I'm about done with this day for one in this reel. Let me tip that. Well, I can't quite get that thing to go where I was managing to get with the Steez. That seems like an impossible. There's no way that should have happened. I mean, I was getting this. I think it's the wind. But let's just try the bean since we're trying stuff. Yeah, the wind. Let's just see what this bean will do though. It's funny as I didn't backlash, but it didn't go anywhere. Yeah. Well, stay tuned. I'm gonna have to battle them together because I'm done. My hands are cold, and I can't get this thing to match the performance, which is ridiculous. I'm done though. I'm done playing around. Yeah, it was complicated. It takes a true rocket scientist to smash your rod tip, yank it back into the railing of your porch steps, but I did it. All right, guys, I'll be after my hands are warmed up. I'm gonna do an unboxing. I still gotta go to the gym, and then I don't know. I was gonna do it later. Last night I ended up not messing around. I had a couple other live streams in mind I'm gonna do, but I'll do those later. Talking about catch and release, sharing a couple videos about that I recommend. People smarter than me explaining why you should catch and release kind of stuff. So anyway, stay tuned. So far, my zillion hasn't been beat, and neither is that. Let's go.